They ask me where I'm from. Party put rice done. Playing cricket and we hooping. I'm hitting the and one.
Hello, Lanka. This is Yasmin Yusuf, and right now I've got the uber talented J Prince. You might have seen him on a few places, including this track by Costa Marley. What was it?
The Ah song.
The Ah song. For some reason in my head, I keep thinking of it as like the Ah song. But hey, different mind, right?
Right.
So J Prince is known for a few things as well. His crazy good style. He's someone on the upcoming, and he's also known for something that he took part in, something that was started off by Ethan. Island rap.
Oh, it
was that the Island
challenge? No, it wasn't Ethan. It was KK Colombo. He's the one that tagged me in the freestyle. Ethan did one though. Shout out to Ethan and Def Soul. Those are my guys.
Yeah, no, Ethan started it like a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Can you send this around?" I was like, completely forgot about it. But I'm so glad it picked up, and you took part, and that was so good, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And so let's get to know you, the human, the dude, the rapper.
I was born in Sri Lanka. My dad won a green card lottery when I was 10 years old. And we moved.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy. And it was crazy because it was like, it was a two process where he won it. And then there was another draw where they put his name into another lottery, and he won it the second time too. And then after he won it, we went to the US Embassy. I know, crazy. We went to the U.S. Embassy and had an interview and got the green card to come out here. And ever since then, it's been it's crazy. It's been a crazy journey, honestly. I can't lie.
No, man, I can imagine. I mean, like, your dad won the lottery twice.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, I honestly didn't know because I was so young at the time, and it's so funny because I was in the 5th grade and I was going to Nalanda College, and it was right before I had to take the shishate in the 5th grade, and I got to skip all that and come over here, and I basically started school here. But even when we came out here, we moved to New York, Staten Island, and then lived in Staten Island for a little bit. And then after that, we moved to New Jersey, Englewood. Englewood was kind of like part of where my journey began as far as like my roots and like, you know, as far as coming to the States and stuff like that. When I came here, I had no friends. There was no Sri Lankan people in New Jersey at the time. There was like my dad's friends and stuff like that, but like nobody my age, you know what I mean? So we, I was accepted by the Black community. I had so many friends, and like, that's where my journey all began.
Wow.
I know.
So how did you get into rapping, man? Was it like a thing that you picked up while you were over there, or were you into rap?
So, rapping, I think I was in high school when I started rapping, and I was really, really into basketball. And I did this little freestyle over. Do you know who Pharrell is, right? Pharrell.
Yeah. So
Pharrell has this beat called "Grinding," and it was a very, very famous beat back then, and even to this day. And literally did a freestyle about basketball on that beat, and that's how literally everything started.
So who would you list as your influencers from like over there and over here back in Sri Lanka?
Influence as for music?
Yeah.
Over here, J. Cole for sure. J. Cole's one of my favorite artists. Been listening to him for such a long time. Such an inspirational artist, and always has like a message in his music. So I definitely put J. Cole as my #1 favorite artist. And then after J. Cole is Nipsey Hussle. Big influence, especially because I'm from LA and he's from LA. So he was about giving back to the community and honestly teaching like the youth out here ways to succeed and trying to stay off the streets and not gangbang. You know what I mean? Not go the route he went. He's always trying to like spread a positive message. So when he passed away, it took a toll on the city. Yeah, he's definitely an inspirational person. Like, definitely looked up to him and like, you know, his values and stuff like that. After Nipsey, one of my personal friends and my brother, you'll probably hear from him. He will probably gonna collaborate on songs soon. Kennedy Ward. Me and Kennedy have been working for, I want to say 10 to 12 years, doing music, doing videos. Like I've been doing video. I do photography as well. Photography, videography. I want to get into acting a little bit, you know, so once I can
why not
get a little more confidence in myself and, you know, get a role here and there. But
and what about locally? Do you have anyone you look up to from over here?
I moved when I was 10, so I didn't know like a lot of musicians from Sri Lanka back then, but I've always followed big fan of the Gypsies, big fan of Bhatia and Santosh. I've listened to Iraj here and there. It's so crazy. Iraj actually been one of my shows in Hollywood. Not one of my shows, actually. My friend Kennedy I told you about. He had a show in Hollywood, and I actually knew one of Iraj's cousins, one of my friends, and she invited him, and he was there. I don't even know if he remembers. It was such a long time ago.
But hey, maybe he might even have a clip somewhere on his phone. He was
that would be crazy.
Knowing the guy. So tell me about your start in music. Like, when did you actually start dropping singles? You recently had a debut on radio as well. Was that your very first?
Very, very first. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I appreciate you. I've been, like I said, I've been doing music for a while, but I kind of stopped doing music. I want to say about 7 to 8 years ago. I kind of lost confidence in my lyricism. I wasn't happy with the content I was basically writing, and then like I want to say about the past 2 months, it kind of manifested itself because I was like, I'm gonna end up rapping someday, like because I've been doing so much with helping my brother Kennedy with like music videos and shooting and editing, and I've been trying to help manage him and like just trying to do a bunch of things, and like I felt like rapping was gonna, you know, come back into my life somehow, some way, and randomly, honestly, since quarantine started, I ended up picking up a mic. My friend Kennedy actually gave me a mic, and I started recording music. Nice. And once I started recording, I sent some music to Costa, like randomly, like, you know, I just let him hear it. I'd be like, hey, bro, like, can I get your opinion on this? Because, you know, he's such a developed artist. Yeah. Lanka, I just wanted to get his opinion. And just, especially, man, I shout out to Costa because, man, he put me on in a big way, like, especially to the people of Sri Lanka. So I'm grateful.
So that was your very first breakthrough.
Yeah.
Collab of sorts.
Right.
And then came the radio single.
Oh, yeah.
You want to share a little bit about that single?
It's special because, one, it talks about Asian culture. It talks about Sri Lanka, and I'm happy that I was able to put out my first song that I was able to have on the radio or just even put out on Apple Music and like Spotify. It was, you know, it was for Sri Lanka. It was about Sri Lanka. So that was very special for me, like to give, you know, recognition and tell everybody, hey, I'm from Sri Lanka. Like, this is what I represent. Like,
so that was like a perfect lyrical snapshot of your life. And then you merged that with that other brother, the Filipino brother.
Yes.
And it's just like perfect, man. It's like two rice lovers coming together.
The rice. My friend JP, man, I've known him. He's like my oldest knowing friend out here from California that I've known him since the 7th grade. Literally, like that's when I've been one of my friends, and he's so smart. And anytime I need advice, I always go to him or Kennedy. Like those are like people that I really trust within my circle that I can go to and speak to. Especially, you know, your team and my sister as well. But your team is very important because, you know, they represent you and they always got your back. So definitely I'm not here without any of those people. Justin, JP, Kennedy, my sister, like my close circle. They know who they are. I don't have to name everybody.
So obviously you've been working on quite a lot of material, and that announcement you dropped like a few days ago, 6th of December or the 21st of December?
December 6th. December 6th.
Right. What's going to happen on the 6th of December?
So, since I started doing music, my plan was, I didn't really have a plan, and I was like, damn, I've always wanted to release an album, but I've never ever dropped a solo album. So I decided, it just, like I said, like the whole rapping thing manifested back into my life. The album kind of manifested as well. Like, I decided that I'm going to drop it in December. That gives me time to like prepare and like figure out what I want. So December 6th, my album is going to drop. It's called Unintended Consequences. I decided to name it that because I feel like us as human beings, we just go through certain experiences throughout our whole lives. So you have to move carefully and like, you know, really know what you're doing, like as far as like when you're kind of confronting situations and like going about life. And but yeah, that's my album. It's gonna be amazing. December 6th. Look out for that. And then right now I've been working with a lot of new artists from Sri Lanka. I'm trying to grow my fan base and trying to kind of, you know, introduce myself within the Sri Lankan music industry and within the music community and kind of be like, hey man, like, what's up? I'm Jay Prince. Like, I just started rapping like 2 months ago, but I'm nice. Like,
why not?
Yeah. And I've been working with Marcus Heron, MH from Toronto. Big shout out to him. Ethan from Def Soul. Big shout out to him. And KK, and Assassin Andy. Oh my God, we have a banger coming for you. I
mean, Andy and KK, them on their own, they're like forces to reckon with. And with you in, we got a trinity.
I'm really excited for that song because that is probably going to be very like a radio friendly song and like a very like, you can just, it's a vibe, you know what I mean? Like you can play it in the club, you can drive and like vibe to it while you're driving. Like it's a different vibe. You could do multiple things with it.
Right. That's pretty cool. Cool. So now we know quite a bit about you. And is there anything you want to tell your future fans and family?
Also, I remember you were talking about who I look up to out there in Sri Lanka and who's kind of paved the way. Ross Ceylon, that's Big Brother right there. I got to give a shout out to him. He's it's crazy because I've known of him for a really long time, since I was in high school maybe. But I recently got in contact with him. We actually have a song together coming out soon too. That's in the works.
What?
And so he's very, man, like his energy is so amazing, and he's like, he just stands up for, you know, what's right. And
absolutely, I
don't know, I look up to him. I look up to him as far as like music and like what he stands up for the people. He's a what's the word for it? He's a people's champ. He's a people's champ. But yeah, him. Who else? Oh, and big shout out to Ruanga, because we actually know each other as well. I followed him since he was signed with I believe it was Rockefeller, Jay-Z's label. I can't remember, a long time ago. Yeah, so
yeah, he put out a mixtape.
Big fan of his work, and you know, I'm just grateful for everyone that paved the way for me to do this. So yeah, I'm just grateful.
Cool, man. It was nice catching up with you, and here's to looking forward to all that new music you've got coming out. And like, I would like to call your Instagram handle Salute Wada. That could be like a thing. Salute Wada.
I know. Oh, real quick though, can I give a shout out to my producers? Because these guys, man, these guys work so hard, especially Ian Blackett and Treemex, even Ethan. Ethan sent me a bunch of beats that we're working on. So got a lot of special stuff coming for you guys. Yes, thank you for the opportunity, for letting me introduce myself to the world, or to Sri Lanka, I guess. Not really the world, but the world is coming. It's coming.
I mean, it's important that we need our own. It's important that we know our own and also support our own to higher places.
Yes.
And when you do that, like obviously you rise as well. And also, I'm a firm believer that there was never an international scene without a local one, so it all starts at home. So
I'm curious, have you ever heard of any other rappers out here in Los Angeles?
Like I know a lot of
Sri Lankan.
Yeah, like J-Nil. There's him. There's Amit. There's I don't know from where they are though.
Okay.
But all I know is they're based somewhere in America. Then there's who else? I need to jog my memory for a minute. And then there's Delon.
I know. I feel like I know like 3 people you may not know that are pretty nice, but they've been rapping for a really long time out here too. One's name is Valley Drew, and there was another name, Adrian. He went by Youngstar, and then also my little brother Brian Soysa Demented. He's been out here rapping for a really long time. But see, these people, that's why I want to collaborate with all these people and hopefully include them in my album. So we'll see.
Yeah. Dude, if they're Sri Lankan, they need to get recognized. It's just like tell them to send their music and stuff, you know?
Right.
Let's get them out there too.
Sounds good.
Jaya Jaya. You take care, man, and all the best. And here's to a fantastic rest of 2020, even though it's been like the craziest year of everyone's life.
Definitely has. Thank you so much again for the opportunity. I hope you well. Stay safe. Stay safe, everybody.
Jaya Jaya.
196 World Cup, got the chip and home run. Better yet, 6 runs, catch it.